So it seems that Pablo Torre keeps aspiring to have Steve Ballmer fired and or sell the Los Angeles Clippers. Let's get into it. So Pablo has just come out with yet another artifact, and we find out that Steve Ballmer has been sued by 11 Aspiration investors who allege that Ballmer used a company known as Katona to secretly funnel millions of dollars to star NBA player Kawhi Leonard, paying him more than allowed by the NBA salary cap rules. By 2021, Katona was running out of money and needed a deep pocket benefactor, and along came Steve Ballmer. Sandberg made a crooked deal with Ballmer, the billionaire owner of the NBA's Los Angeles Clippers, to provide financial support and promote Katona to investors such as plaintiffs. The arrangement was that Ballmer would be an investor in Katona, and in return, Ballmer would use Katona to secretly funnel millions of dollars to star NBA player Kawhi Leonard. Okay. These funds would be channeled through Katona to Leonard so that Ballmer could induce Leonard to re-sign with the Clippers by covertly paying him more than allowed by the NBA salary cap rules. More information on that. So, a lawsuit that involved 11 previous investors of Aspiration alleges that Ballmer used the company to secretly funnel millions of dollars to NBA star Kawhi Leonard. Now, the complaint filed specifically called out Ballmer for using Aspiration to pay Leonard more than the NBA salary cap allows. Those suing also insist that Aspiration would not have been able to stay alive as long as it did without Ballmer's generous financing. So here's the deal with this situation. If you all recall, right, during this offseason, we got hit with a bombshell. Steve Ballmer had invested in this company called Aspiration, but allegedly Steve Ballmer was using this company to funnel money to Kawhi Leonard and circumvent the salary cap and pay Kawhi Leonard extra money so Kawhi Leonard would stay on the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, when this story broke, Steve Ballmer went on ESPN and did an interview with Ramona Shelburne and told her that, hey, don't look at me. We followed the rules, right? We crossed our T's and dotted our I's, and we did nothing illegal. Players have outside endorsements all the time. Kawhi Leonard had an endorsement from Aspiration, right, which was perfectly legal. At least that's what he was trying to sell us. But come to find out, Kawhi Leonard was getting paid by Aspiration and had to do little to nothing for that money. He didn't make any appearances. He didn't take any photo ops. He didn't plant any trees. He did nothing of the sort. He was just paid money by this company. And we also found out that there were other celebrities who were endorsed or involved with this company who got paid, but definitely not to the degree of Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, amongst multiple A-list celebrities, was being paid the most from this company. And just very quickly, we can go over to the clip of Steve Ballmer sitting down with Ramona Shelburne and telling us how Aspiration scammed him. Now, also, mind you, the owners of Aspiration were convicted or at least alleged, I believe, of fraud, right? So they did commit fraud. The CEOs of Aspiration did commit fraud and had fraudulent business going on. But Steve Ballmer tried to separate himself from that and say, hey, I'm a victim too. Me too, and me as well got defrauded. So here was he on ESPN.
I don't know why they did what they did, and I don't know how different it is. I really don't. And frankly, any speculation would be crazy. These were guys who committed fraud. How would I be able? Look, they conned me.
You're one of the richest men in America.
They conned me. I made an investment in these guys thinking it was on the up and up, and they conned me.
So there's Steve Ballmer with his, I don't know how to hold time, people. There's Steve Ballmer with his confession of they conned him, and the billionaire who's also known. See, this is the funny thing about this. Ballmer, known as the investment genius, right? Known for making his millions because he's this business connoisseur who knows what he's doing. All of a sudden got defrauded by a company that just so happened to be paying his best player illegally. Fairs. Now, here's Pablo Torre. Shout out to Pablo. Man. Pablo has been on Steve ass. He is not letting up. He is not forgetting about this. He is not letting this go. He is letting Steve know, hey, I got you, bud. All right. And I don't know if the NBA gonna do something about it, but damn it, I'm gonna do something about it. So let's see what Pablo had to say about the current breaking news or new development in this story.
So the thing that I'm going to show you right now is a new lawsuit filed in Los Angeles against Clippers owner Steve Ballmer. And it was filed by 11 Aspiration investors who allege that Ballmer used the company, which is now called Katona, to, quote, secretly funnel millions of dollars to star NBA player Kawhi Leonard, paying him more than allowed by the NBA's salary cap rules. You're seeing screenshots from the complaint in this video right now. They go on to say, quote, Ballmer was complicit in and aided and abetted co-founder Joe Sandberg's fraud for his own self-serving purpose to evade the NBA's salary cap. The lawsuit goes on to say, quote, plaintiffs would not have invested and or kept their investment in Aspiration if Ballmer and Sandberg had disclosed the true nature of Ballmer's investment. And I just spoke to Aspiration investor Skip Miller, who provided a statement. Skip Miller is the plaintiff's LA-based counsel, as well as somebody who had money with the company. And what he tells Pablo Torre finds out is that, quote, a lot of people have been hurt here. This lawsuit is being brought to recoup their losses. We look forward to our day in court where everything will be aired out and justice will be done. And the lawsuit says, in particular here, quote, the full extent of Ballmer's transfers of funds will be ascertained in discovery. And so I'm going to put a link to my newsletter at the bottom here for more. You can get a PDF of the lawsuit, and this is just beginning.
So there Pablo is again, just reiterating what I've already said about the 11 new people that have sued Steve Ballmer in this situation. Now, as far as the penalty for Steve Ballmer goes, I don't really know what Adam Silver does in this situation. The NBA is under a lot of pressure right now, and Adam Silver's under a lot of pressure because there's just a lot of funny business going on around the NBA right now, right? Adam Silver already has to deal with the bombshell that we got about the gambling and players, defrauding gambling sites and casinos by taking themselves out of games. And that ended up leading to us finding out that there's potential mob ties going on in these illegal poker games in which they're using former NBA players or current head coaches to be the face, as they call them, to lure people in and defraud money that way. And now he also has to deal with this situation that clearly isn't going anywhere. As far as the result or penalty goes, I don't really know if anything happens to Steve Ballmer, and I'll tell you why. Number one, for him, this is just a great time to end up in some trouble dealing with the NBA because the NBA has something far bigger going on that needs to be addressed. Mind you, there are people in Congress calling for Adam Silver to come to a congressional hearing about the situation going on with the gambling and the defrauding of people in the NBA. The government is now involved in this. The FBI is involved with this. The FBI, however, is not involved with the Steve Ballmer situation as of yet. So Steve Ballmer might have found a great loophole and been in some trouble just at the right time to where Adam has to deal with this bigger situation before he's even able to deal with this evading the salary cap situation between Steve Ballmer and Kawhi Leonard. Also, the thought is, a lot of people have been asking like, hey, does anything happen to Kawhi Leonard in this situation because he is the one getting paid, right? He's the one receiving the funds by illegally, circumventing the salary cap. Just to be clear, that answer would be no. Kawhi Leonard does not bear any responsibility in this situation because he's being paid by Steve Ballmer or the company, right? He's the one that's sponsored by Aspiration. So he's not in direct correlation per se with the evading the salary cap and finding the way to get the funds to him illegally. And when I say illegally, I'm saying, illegal for the NBA rules, not, on some actual real set in place laws, by, judicially or anything like that. Illegal as far as the NBA goes. So Steve Ballmer is dealing with this situation. And again, it's not going away because of Pablo Torre, right? We will definitely be keeping up with this story. So make sure that you hit that notification bell. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Where do you think this situation goes? And also make sure you hit that description. Follow me on every platform there, Twitter, TikTok, and make sure you hit that link to that playback room where we are streaming games every single night. And until next time, it's been real.